3, 2, 1. Tetris. I assume you're just going to say Tetris from now on.
No.
Because you missed the 3 and the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about strategy for D'Lo. What do you think D'Lo should attempt to adjust in order to at least overtake this next game?
Personally, I think D'Lo doesn't really have that big of an issue that, is in need of solving. Last game was really about his drought and his unfortunate transition. Other than that, it's really just down to how well he can build up into Tetris and into his next transition.
So, yeah, I agree. The transition really killed it for him there. If he had a better board to transition with, no doubt he would have been able to overtake PM's score. He definitely is very capable of doing that. However, things just were unfortunate for him that game. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the board. D'Lo in the lead at 74,000. Not in the lead anymore. PMYA scored Tetris. PMYA with 78,000. Both players are neck and neck. D'Lo having to do a little bit of burning, it seems. He's just looking for the right pieces to try and dig out. And looks like he's going to be able to dig out very shortly here, getting great pieces to downstack. And he is Tetris ready now and is waiting on the line bar. Meanwhile, PM's running into one hell of a drought. He's getting up very high and opts to burn down, playing very safe here. And he's now burned just underneath the next box and scores a Tetris, putting him at 131,000. However, D'Lo answers back with a Tetris of his own, putting them back at a neck-and-neck situation. PMYA built up a little bit of line dependency, nothing too big, able to get the line bar. However, he does have a couple of lines to burn before he can score again. D'Lo takes the lead at 150,000. However, PMYA ties it right back up at 158,000, leaving both players were at neck and neck until D'Lo answered back with a Tetris of his own. Both players, D'Lo almost at 200,000 at 50 lines. So both players are still roughly on pace for a 500k transition. PM having to do a little bit more burning than anticipated though. And with that, he's going to fall further behind as D'Lo scores another Tetris. And PMYA's getting a very dangerous situation here. Is really hoping he can get that line bar next time earlier. He eventually did get that line bar, but it's unfortunate he couldn't use it.
He's needing to build down right now and gets every single piece that he needs to build down. And now his Tetris ready yet again. But it seems that he's hit with another drought.
Droughts this game for PM are definitely plentiful. And looks like D'Lo's running to a drought of his own, but gets the line bar, and so does PM for an almost simul Tetris, leaving PM to dig further down, which is definitely much needed for his board. But now he's in, looks like he's going to start building up for row 2 Tetrises as a way to try and stay aggressive.
Yeah, the aggression coming out of PM and his placements have caused him to need to go into a line 2 stack, and it's not necessarily affecting him at the moment as his building is now really strong as he hasn't had another drought just now.
Yeah, really row 2, I think row 2 Tetrises are fine. It's when you get to like row 3. Oh, D'Lo with that misdrop over there on the line piece was probably trying to plug it in so he doesn't have a line dependency coming out of a Tetris, and is now hoping to get that line bar over and is now back in a safe position. However, PM does have a little bit of digging to do, and it looks like he's setting up for a column 5 Tetris. And he's going to knock down that Tetris. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to try and maintain this center well, and opts not to. As we know, center wells have been the downfall of certain people in CTG.
Yeah, I believe that center wells are kind of like an omen of doom.
Even though there are some people that their playstyle is exclusively center wells. For example, Quaid from CTWC.
Yeah. But
I mean, he's had plenty of practice doing that.
Yeah. Some people, some people just try to adopt the styles that other people have and don't necessarily understand how or why to do so.
Yeah, but it's good to see that hit, PM being not too aggressive to try and go for that center wall Tetris. But it does look like PM is going to be the first to transition here. He's at 124 lines at 381,000, caught back up to D-Lo, and is now only a Tetris and a half behind. And he's allowed to get one more Tetris if RNG allows it. And gets a actually transitions with a triple at 393,000.
I think he opted to do that for a cleaner board.
Yeah, it's probably to be a cleaner board because on that when you're transitioning to level 19, that is a very dangerous situation.
That T-Tuck, if you saw that, was extremely good from PMYA. And he's now in another situation where he is almost caught back up to D-Lo. He is only 2 Tetrises behind.
Yeah, he is also ahead though. So if he tops out now, D-Lo already has a confirmed victory. However, he is now only 2 Tetrises behind once again. D-Lo trying to get his board cleaned up. And he's now 1 Tetris behind. However, he is a full 2 levels ahead of D-Lo. So if this does go to a double kill screen match, D-Lo is going to have more scoring potential than PM. But it looks like D-Lo is having to do a whole lot of burning. And PM's going to take the lead with that Tetris, putting him at 534,000. D-Lo running into a little bit of a drought, hoping he can get the right pieces. Looking for that. Actually gets perfect pieces. And unable to use that long bar, unfortunately. And is now getting Tetris ready once again. Goes for a triple instead, playing very safe here. I guess that is what he has to do, considering that he is down in game-wise. And PM scores another Tetris.
It's just more conservative. D-Lo has opted to stop his aggressive playstyle and his aggressive placements and go for a more conservative style to try and get more points over than PMYA, because PMYA hasn't stopped his aggressive playstyle at all.
Yeah. I believe it's also the point that if D-Lo loses this game, then he lost the match. But he does score a Tetris, putting him at 587,000. Has an unfortunate situation right there, though.
Yeah, I think he meant to do a T-spin, but it wasn't fast enough.
But it looks like he is going to burn out. He is still 1 Tetris behind PM. And they're at... PM just got to level 26, so they're only 2 lines away from kill screen. This is probably the second highest level match we've had on Gauntlet in this preseason.
This is crazy from both players.
D-Lo still only
more aggressive style.
Ooh, PM hits a very vital level 26 Tetris, putting him further in the lead. D-Lo only has 3 more levels to overtake PM. Ooh, gets line bars, very needed. And hopefully he can get the right pieces. He's at level 26, still a Tetris behind. PM digging up very high though. And it looks like PM has a chance for 2 Tetrises now. Is at 723,000. D-Lo in a little bit of a situation here. Is now at level 27. Still 2 Tetrises behind. And PMYA is going to go to kill screen. He's playing in kill screen, scoring those extra points. If he can get just few more pieces, get the line bar over there, and that's going to be game. 766,000 from PM.
D-Lo's got to play more aggressively now.
D-Lo's going for a left well. Very dangerous. Gets the left well. Is at 708,000. He is 66,000 points away from overtaking PM. Looks like he's going for a center well, playing very aggressive. Gets the center well. He's only
20,000 points behind.
He's not going to be able to get it. He's not going to be able to get it, and that's going to be game. Game goes to PM. I call that a double kill screen. Absolutely insane.
Wow. Congrats to both players. That
was actually ridiculous. All right, let's go ahead and see who's next up